Hello! There have been loads of iPod Docks and, portable speakers released over the years, but they all had one massive design flaw in common. None of them looked like a big round pink pig. Well, fortunately, a product from our friends in China has appeared which addresses this hole in the market. I present to you cartoon series Hi-Fi Speaker, or, as I will refer to it, the iPig. Now, apparently, this generic box can contain all sorts of cartoony speakers and iPod Dock things for you. Quality and style in perfect harmony, easy to install and operate. So what have we got then? Panda? Yeah, that looks like a panda, fairly good. Don't know why its mouth is green, eating too many bamboo shoots perhaps. Mouse? No, that's rubbish, looks nothing like a mouse really, it's just a big round thing. Cat? That's dreadful, it's just a pig with a funny nose. Tiger? Never seen a tiger, have you lads? And you're not likely to, because if that's what you think animals look like, you'll probably see a tiger and think it's a moose. Dog? No, that's a yellow spider. Rabbit? I mean, come on, have you ever even seen a rabbit, dear? And oh, pig. There's the money maker, look. Oh, cutesy pig thing. That and the panda, I think, are the two there that aren't utter shit. What else can we see on the box? Technical specifications, all sorts of stuff. Left and right speakers and a subwoofer, 15 watts. Wow, that's more powerful than something that's 13.5 watts. Speaker units, tweeter, subwoofer, 1.8 kilogram package. Product weight, 1.1 kilogram. That's slightly more than a bag of something. Quality and style in perfect harmony, easy to install and operate. We cannot repeat this enough. Use it for your mobile phone, your PC, your MP3 or MP4 player, your PSP, your NDS, your Nudsel, and even an Xbox. Basically, if it exists, plug it into it. We want to sell it. And look, its ears are for touch. Also, bacon. Right. Oh, that's the same again. Ooh, here's some different stuff. Features. Patent technology touch volume control. Oh yeah, because they've never had a volume control you change by touching before. 2.1 stereo. That means 2 speakers and a subwoofer, I believe. 360-degree non-directional surround sound spreading. If that works, I'll be impressed. Adjustable subwoofer. High-efficient amplification technology. Different docking cradles. Charges your PC stroke MP3 while playing music. Charges your PC? No, that's not going to happen, is it? Think about it, lads. Compatible with music products. Mountable in cars. Best grade material used. Not just good grade, but best grade. Oh, and look. What have we got here? This is what's in the box. Right, so along this axis we see which of the horrifying monstrosities you've got. Apparently we have a white pig. That's a slightly rubbish colour. I want a pink one. Never mind. Also, there are others, and the others are colours which are already covered. But most sinister of all is the mystery iPod Dock, fashioned after an animal not visible to the human eye. Unfortunately, as it's not visible, you can't work out how to plug your iPod into it, but never mind. Anyway, we've got a white pig. Oh, wait, no, we haven't. Idiots who made the box were liars. They lied to me and now I believe in nothing because we've got a pink one. Hooray! It's frightening me slightly actually, but let's not go into that. It's got speakers for eyes. That's incredibly cruel. It's got touchy ears for volumes up and downs. It's got a slot in its head for sticking your iPod in. Incidentally, this bit comes off and it comes with loads of different ones you can plug in for different shaped iPods since Apple release at least 3 new models every 12 seconds. And on the back, digital active loudspeaker. Serial number is distressingly blank, usually not a good sign. And what stuff can you shove up its arse? Let's have a look. It's got an input, just standard phono input, also comes with a lead so you can basically plug any audio equipment into it through their headphone out, which is always useful. Bass selector. For more bass, or less bass, presumably. Sounds simple. An on switch, and power, because there's nothing quite like plugging a direct current power supply into a pig's arse. Trust me, I've worked on a farm. Right, shall we see what it sounds like? Or possibly listen to what it sounds like? Not that you'll be able to tell, because you're watching a YouTube video where the reproduction won't be very good, especially as I knock everything down to mono before I upload it. There is a reason for that. My camcorder has stereo microphones, and if I upload it in stereo, you can hear me moving from one speaker to the other, and it's very, very off-putting and nasty, particularly if you're wearing headphones where it just ends up creepy and it's like I'm running round your head. And that's not something you want. We have power! Especially if I switch it on. Helps if you flick the switch and not the base thing. So, its mouth is lit up green. That explains the green mouth on the packaging. Whatever you do, don't stick your finger in it. Right, let's plug my phone into the top then. I've got the right selecty blob thing. There we are. Oh, battery's nearly flat. Good thing it charges. This accessory is not optimised for this iPhone. You may experience noise caused by cellular interference and a decrease in cellular signal strength. You are doomed. Except I've got it on airplane mode. Ha! Screw that, Apple. I'm not buying your expensive tut. Right, there's also what we in the trade call a really crap remote control. It's one of these little thin generic things, and I'll tell you what, it doesn't work that well. Well, that's not strictly true. I mean, the buttons work when you press them. The problem is, this baby doesn't want to work very well from the mighty buttons. It's sort of a bit of a not very well-trained pig. You tend to have to physically manhandle it to get it to do what you want. Also, because it's generic, it's got buttons on that don't make any sense, like SD card and USB disk, which don't do anything. Annoying. All right, then. I actually don't have any music at all loaded on my iPod, because I use Spotify. I shall go into my mighty app, available now on iTunes, do a search for Ashens, blah blah, plug. Error downloading content, yes, I've got it in airplane mode, and therefore it's impossible for you to actually update anything. But fear not, we can still use the mighty soundboard. Let's have some music. Tell you what, it's probably time for a bit of liquid filth. Go! Right, let's volume it up.
Please welcome the incredible Tony Law!
Yep, the volume up button apparently starts the other iPod part playing, and it's now playing a podcast from Richard Herring, which is probably not going to do me a lot of good copyright-wise. Well done, useless remote control. Ready? There, now everything's better. Right, bear with me, I'll sort my iPhone out and get it back in the dock, and then we can actually hear what this thing sounds like. Right, I think I've fixed everything now. Surely nothing else can go wrong. Man, that is tempting fate. Right, let's try again for some liquid filth. Play. Thank goodness for that. Volume up. Ooh, the mouth's flashing. I've got no idea how loud this is going to be at home. If it gets any louder, my neighbours will complain. In fact, I am going to have to turn it down a bit. Please stop. I've forgotten how off-key this was. My fault, I wrote it. Stop! Oh, I can't reach the buttons, and nothing's working. Ugh. And that is the joy of a remote control which doesn't work. Now, there is one saving grace for Piggy here. It sounds bloody fantastic. Seriously, it will fill a room 360 degrees with a really clear and bassy sound. I've never had a small set of speakers with a subwoofer before, and my God, I've had a lot of crap computer speakers over the years, that sounded anywhere near as good as this. In fact, I'm trying to work out how I can plug it into my computer and use it as computer speakers. I mean, the problem being not being a technical one, the problem being it looks like a big round pink pig and therefore won't fit anywhere on the bloody computer desk. But yeah, completely saved at the last minute by being a really good bit of audio equipment. Unfortunately ruined, of course, by bollocks remote control, which doesn't really work in the slightest, which is a disappointment, to say the least. Also, why does it look like a big round pink pig? I can't get my head round that. Sorry, let it go. Let it go. Deep breaths. Right, there we go. The strangest thing about this is, I was sent this by a company in China, and you know what? I have seen one in HMV today. They have actually reached the major retail outlets in the UK, and HMV wanted £50 for one. I mean, it sounds good, but you know, remote's a bit crap. £50 is steep. However, if you buy it direct from the Chinese people, link below, they're selling it for $43 American with free delivery, which works out about £28, which is an awful lot cheaper than $50, just in case you failed maths at school. And there you are. Want something that sounds good and looks ridiculous? This is your baby. Want something you can control with a remote control? Perhaps go for something else. Also, why does it look like a... No, enough. Let's not comment on that anymore, because we've got something even more bizarre, and frankly, terrifying. I present to you something bought many years ago from 99p stores that I found up recently. The Garden Gnome Radio. It looks like a garden gnome, and it's got a radio in it. It's made out of a rubbery plastic, and I'm genuinely terrified of looking into its eyes. Right, you ready? You must be 16 or over to continue. Dun, 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 dun. It can see into your soul. It knows all the bad things you've done, and it's come to exact revenge for them all. Also, it's a bit creepy. Yeah, it's like a garden gnome with a radio in it, with a really horrifying look on its face. That is the look of somebody who snapped several years ago but has only just been able to afford an axe. Do you know the best bit? It sounds terrifying as well. Whenever you turn on the radio, it makes it all horrible and distorted and loud. Actually, we can probably get away with a few seconds of live radio. Are you ready? What on earth is this? I think this thing... What station is this? I don't think it is a radio. I think it just tunes directly into hell and just plays those noises. You ought to hear people's voices through it. They could be trying to sing you the most beautiful song in the world. And it's like, eat your face. You know, and that's just Alan Jones. Also, most bizarrely, there's a sticker on it claiming it was made by, wait for it, A.S. Watson Health and Beauty UK Limited. Right, you've got a company that makes health and beauty products. So what are you going to release? How about a small satanic radio gnome? Yeah, makes perfect sense to me. And something else that doesn't actually make sense, but I'm going to pretend does, is something I saw in Poundland only today. Possibly the world's most worthless gadget. It was with the gadgetry, but I suspect it may actually be a toy. But it's from our old friends at SignalX. Fun camera keyring, with flash and shutter sound. Pretend to be a mini paparazzi. Yeah, just what every parent wants their child to pretend to be a paparazzi. Working flash, light and sound effects. It's not actually a camera, is it? Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. Battery information uses non-replaceable button cell battery. Non-replaceable? I thought by law all batteries had to be replaceable in British stuff. Obviously I'm behind the times. I shall have to ride off in my horse and cart to send a telegram of complaint. Right. Will it come out? No, I've broken it trying to get it out of the packaging. That's always a good start. Oh dear. It can't be marketed. It can't be marketed at children. You have to have the strength of 43 Incredible Hulks just to get out of the bloody packaging. Also flashed several times, despite the fact I haven't taken out the battery safety thing yet. It just gets better and better. Right, so what we've got is a small blue camera. That's not actually a camera. There is a hole you can look through. I'm going to do that. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make anything look bigger or smaller or even distort it. It's just got a plain bit of plastic in front. And I'm going to cover my eyes for this bit. Apparently it makes noises and flashes. And it appeared to a second ago, so I don't say it will now. Ready? Now you see, the problem there is that is not the sound of a camera going off. That is not a shutter sound. That is the sound of a small animal in pain. In fact, it's freaking out the guinea pigs in the room every time I do it, so I'm not going to do it anymore. Thanks, Poundland. I don't know what deal you've got with SignalX. Presumably you will buy any shit that they fire out of their ridiculous anuses. But why on earth anybody would want something that will basically hurt the eyes of people you point it at and make a shrieking sound, I have no idea. Right, time for something a bit more jolly. I always wanted one of these. Couldn't afford one, but now they cost tuppence. It's a plasma dome, or plasma ball, or plasma Jeffrey, or whatever they call it these days. A USB one. Everything comes in USB, and there's a really strange sort of fad for the moment for having decorative items that you plug into a laptop or USB port or whatever. Why? It makes no sense. But no, years ago, I really wanted one of these when I was little, but they cost like £150. I think this was less than a fiver delivered. Let's plug it in and see what it's like, shall we? Maybe it's a rubbish one. Maybe it just catches fire. Maybe they've mixed something up and it has really high current as well as voltage and just fires arcs of lightning and kills anyone who come near it like a Tesla coil from Red Alert. Kind of wish I hadn't thought of that before I turned it on. Nope. It's fine. Oh, look. It was like these. Look, I'm living in the future because I have a plasma ball. Seconds of amusement for anyone who's very easily amused. Oh, such a cute tiny thing as well. Tell you what, let's turn all the lights off and see what it's like in the dark. Oh yeah, now that is nifty. It's so dark, in fact, that the camera seems to have dropped into some low frame per second mode. Ooh, ooh, zap, pow. I don't know if you're enjoying this. I am, and that makes a change, so stick with it. Dun, 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 dun. Look, the thing is, I always wanted a plasma ball. I got one cheap. Happy now? Oh, all right, I'll stop playing with it and show you the Poundland version. Oh dear. You know what's coming. Yes, me dropping the torch, but also something not very good. And do you want to know the real icing on the cake? It's from our friends at Signalex. Hooray! Right. You're going to love this. And by love, I mean not be at all impressed. Ready, steady, Poundland! It's an orb that glows different colours. In fact, it seems to have the same timing chip as that terrifying Father Christmas Hearth diorama thing that I did in a Christmas special many years ago. Yep, not exactly as impressive as the plasma ball. And yes, I know it's only about a fifth of the price, but you know, it's just useless. Why would you want this anywhere near a computer you're working at, which is presumably where you would have a USB port? Not getting much work done at the moment. I think I'll make things worse by having a weird flashing disco ball on top of my monitor. That will sort everything out. But don't worry, because Signalex have even more joy for us. Oh yeah. If you aren't just satisfied with your weird undulating ball of ocular pain, you can also have, wait for it, possibly wait some time because I can't see what I'm doing, there we are, a Signalex lava lamp. Yes, this is marketed as a lava lamp. That is despite the fact it is not anything like a lava lamp. This is just a load of water with some glitter in that lights up. A lava lamp is, of course, a completely different thing, which has like a big vase full of oil with different oil in it that heats up and moves around in funny, pretty blobs. This is just a load of old rubbish. Tell you what, let's see it with the lights on and see if it becomes any more impressive. Here's a hint. Don't hold your breath. Let there be light. And there was light. And he saw that it was crap. Yep, let's get this party started with a load of glitter in a lump of plastic. And there's some water involved. Unplug. There we go. Hang on, there's something weird floating in it. I swear I just saw something really horrible, like a moth in it. I was like, yeah! I don't know if you can see this or not. My thumb, it's just floating to the top there. Hang on, round the side. There's a horrible big dark thing in it. Looks like a dead moth. Hang on, let me see if I can get a good look with the old naked eye here. Oh, it's horrible. Ah, here we are. Right, I've isolated it. Can you see that? Probably not, it's not focused. There's like a big dark thing here. It's horrible. It's like a brown lump of... Oh, it looks absolutely disgusting, like a lump of rotten flesh or something. Well, brilliant. That's always a good way to end a load of miscellaneous gadgets being reviewed with something that appears to be rotting human flesh floating in a decorative device. Oh dear. Tell you what, I'm going to turn the lights off again and then sit in the dark and wonder where my life went wrong. I suggest you do the same.